Hello, all, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. Father Time can't be with us, and Father Time Part 2 isn't with us for whatever reason. I think he's doing some stunt double work for Bill and Ted 4 or something. I don't know. But we're here tonight with Mikey Mike, the other Mikey Mike, I like to call him. Not rocket scientist Mikey Mike, the other Mikey Mike. He's here with us, and he's going to play a game with us here in a little while. We also have Eric with us off camera. He's here, though.
Hello.
Yep, see, told you he's here.
Yep, voice from beyond, yes.
And of course, we have Boston John, and he's here with us for Boston John's Record Roundup. What do you got for us this week, John?
We shall kick it off. Hail to the king, baby.
Look at that.
We haven't talked about Elvis Presley, born poor in Tupelo, Mississippi, and the hits kept coming from Love Me Tender to Hound Dog to Jailhouse Rock, just a legacy artist. We don't usually go too far back, but you have to know a name like Elvis. You got to have something in the collection.
Sure.
There's so many greatest hits compilations. This is a 5-disc, maybe a 3-disc set. It's 50 greatest hits, so I think they fit that on 3 vinyls.
Yeah.
CDs now, of course, and digital, you won't even care.
Yeah, I think that turned up on 2 CDs, or maybe in one. Because they were pretty short.
Well, they sold so well, they made a second one with another 50 hits.
On 200.
Yeah, I think it was on one CD.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they're not super long songs, but I mean,
right.
It changed the world of music, mid 50s to, right up until he passed in 77. He was, noteworthy. He was charting, kept putting out singles.
Yeah.
That's just something that you should have in the collection. At least have the top 20 or top 30 of Elvis tunes, because he's got, bossa novas and it's kind of guitar-driven rockers. He's got beautiful ballads. He's got Love Me Tender and Can't Help Falling in Love. These are songs that people should have.
I was really surprised after the movie came out that I didn't get a surge of Elvis requests like I did when the Queen movie came out.
Yeah.
It's probably more our generation. Elvis is a little older, but if you get a party with older folks, everyone can appreciate it. It's family friendly. No dirty words.
He's like the originator of TikTok. 2-minute song, 1 minute.
Yeah, in and out. Yeah. No filler. In and out.
Yep.
Yeah, short attention span music.
Yeah.
He was so popular, he had a song released even after he died. Guitar Man. Remember that?
I don't remember that one. I remember when he died, and my mom, it was the first time I ever saw my mother cry. And then, like, the next week, she went out and bought a 45 of him singing America the Beautiful, which was a release after he died. They put that out. But I don't remember what the B-side was, but America the Beautiful was the 45. She still has it. And it had a little picture sleeve. But that was
Back in the day, I used to close every DJ gig with that.
Did you?
Yeah, that was the last song of the night. America the Beautiful, Elvis.
I like that 3-part one that he does. Like trilogy. Yeah, like the trilogy. So it'd be beautiful for spacious skies. Then he goes into all the big fanfare stuff. And I think that made it into the movie too, because that's on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The Vegas stuff.
Yeah, the Vegas.
Yeah. The rhinestone
suits stuff.
Yeah. I don't expect the rest of you to have records, so we'll keep the record roundup short tonight. But I pulled one that I've been thinking about that we haven't talked about. And look, guys, I'm not trying to kiss any ass here. All right, I just want you all to understand this. It's just an album worth talking about. And I didn't even look at it to refresh my memory, but I just realized that we'd never talked about this album. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, ready.
Huey Lewis and the New Sports.
This been interesting apart by John Young.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to kiss anyone's ass here, but this was a really good album.
That's a really good album.
Before the show, we were talking about records that you could buy, like after the first or second single, they just kept on giving. This was one of them. Absolutely one of them. And the first single that I remember this album having, and I bought the single, and it was a picture sleeve, and I wish I still had it, was Heart and Soul, which is still an amazing song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Originally done by Exile. Remember Exile, Kiss You All Over?
Yes.
Turned up on they used to have these, like, when you buy a new Ford, they give you a tape to play to test the sound system to come to Ford tapes. Exile, Heart and Soul turned up on a Ford tape in like 1980 or 81 or something like that. And then the Huey Lewis and the News got a hold of it and they did their own version of it. So it's an Exile song. So they, Exile did it originally and it's out there on the interwebs if you want to go look at it on YouTube or something or hear it. But their version, one of my favorite jams. It's a really good song. What else we got here? We got Heart and Soul, Heart of Rock and Roll. Bad is a fun song. I want to. That was a big one. Walking on a Thin Line's a great song. Finally Found a Home was a really good song too. I'm quite confident it wasn't a hit, but it was a good song. If This Is It, that was a really good song. Big hit. You Crack Me Up and Honky Tonk Blues. There's not a bad song on this album, guys. It's a really, really good album.
When you're riding on the tilt-a-whirl and you just catch that right dip and that car just starts whipping around, that was lightning in a bottle. He had like a Bob Seger sound with a Motown groove, a lot of fun, a lot of energy. It just fit the pocket of the music of the day, and it was a radio staple.
Yeah, they were like a party band in the Bay Area. I mean, and up until Huey just couldn't do it anymore because he couldn't hear anymore, that's what they did. And they had some of their own tracks. But yeah, this is the definitive Huey Lewis and the News album right here. If you have one, get this one. It's really, really, really good. So that's my album.
That's a great album. I seen him live at Foxwoods Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put on a great show. I think it was in the 90s he was there, but he did great, Yeah,
they're a live performance band. That's what they are. Like somebody's house band. And they were that good. And yeah, good album.
Super good pick. That's a great record. And he's got other hits beyond that too, because then you got into Back in Time and a lot of other stuff was.
Even before that, you had Do You Believe in Love? That was a hit.
That was Mutt Lange wrote that, didn't he? I think.
I don't know. And Huey Lewis was in a band in the 70s. I think it was called Clover. And he was the lead singer of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm pretty sure it was called Clover.
I think you're right. I think this Professor rocked their thing on him, and I think that was.
And they had several albums, and he sang on that too. And then this was his band that he did like his second shot at it, I guess, and it hit. So legend,
yeah,
legend,
big time.
And that was not to kiss John Young's butt. That was just
he's gonna love that. He worked that in.
Yeah, it was a good album. It's a very good album.
Definitely not a one-hit wonder.
No, not a one-hit wonder. And speaking of, I'm going to do something that I haven't done yet on my Tuesday Night Music Show, and that is I'm going to actually turn over control to Boston John because he's got a game he wants to play. He had an idea, and he was kind of telling me about it, and I'm kind of like, look, I don't really quite understand what you're trying to do here, but whatever, let's do it.
You've earned it.
We're on it, John. We're going to run a game tonight. Let's run this game. Tell us about it and let's play it.
Shall we play a game?
Yes, we shall.
This is going to be to help out a lot of the DJs. I know a lot of DJs watch the show, so what I'd like you to do is to get your computer, plug in your hard drive, and we're going to go through some one-hit wonders. We're going to talk about the title of the artist. We'll even give you the date so you can fix it if it's wrong in your library. It's not homework. Think of it as help work, where this is something that you should have done anyway. So if you're going to spend another 50 minutes with us, you might as well get something accomplished in your files.
Where did you get the list, John? Where did the list come from?
The list is off of VH1's top 100 listed one-hit wonder groups. So presuming that each song that we'll go over has charted or at least made it to VH1's top 100 of its respective year, they say that's all there is that's important from this band, this artist, this group. So as we go through, some clearly will only have that one song and we'll say that's all there is. And others we might be able to talk about a little and maybe talk about some songs that either we own, we like, or we play or have used.
Yeah.
Just to fill in some of the gaps to say maybe there's a little more beneath the surface of this group.
Howie was supposed to be here with us tonight. He's not, and I'm kind of glad he isn't in the regard that he had the list. And I was afraid he was going to Google every one of these and he was going to act like he knew what he was talking about. I was given the list. I didn't open the link, so I haven't seen this list.
Okay.
I want to fly it blind. I want to have fun with this. And
Same. I read through to know what's here, but I didn't go really any deeper than what I know in my own head. So
you know who's going to do really well with
rip
this?
it.
I think Eric's going to do really well with this too. Eric's pretty good at this game.
Me.
Yeah,
I like the wheel game. Let's get that going.
we're going to try this one and see how it goes.
I'll be back soon.
So I don't know how we're going to run it, but we're just going to kind of wing it. Go for it, John. What do you got?
Okay. So of the 100, we're probably going to cover 60 or 70. We were going to just start from 1980 and come forward. We're not going to worry about the oldies and the classics because that's probably stuff we only bought on a 45, 50 years ago. Before we get started, we'd like take a moment to thank our sponsors, which is www.djeventplanner.com. We want to make sure we get that in. Information listed in the links below. Please check them out and see what they're all about.
Oh, yeah, I was going to let John run everything.
Okay. I want to get that in. We're cool like that. We can wait 15 minutes and then drop the sponsors and I'll see because we're cool like that. All right. So I'm going to just read the list. I'm going to give you the artist so that you guys at home can type it in, the year, so you can text it.
Nothing.
You don't have to type nothing, Brian.
I'm not typing nothing.
And the song title. And we're going to collectively as a group decide. I don't know anything else good or we're going.
All right.
So let's start it off. We're going to start at 100 and work down, 1980s and newer.
Okay.
So let's kick this off here. We're going to go with Stacy Q, 1986, Two of Hearts.
I've got nothing else for Stacy Q off the top of my head.
Stacy Q.
I know there was something else, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't know what the name of it is, and it didn't go far either. There was one other.
For all practical purposes, it probably is a one hit.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any. Can you think of her other song, John?
I can't. Nothing that I played in it with any consistency or tone. In '86, I was buying records, and Two of Hearts I bought on the single, but I never did anything more with her. Sorry, Stacey.
All right. Well,
all right.
Next,
next up, Tag Team, 1993. There it is.
I also have nothing else for that.
And then there it went. That was it. Yeah.
Was it Beavis and Wet-Head's version? Whoop, here's my butt. I think it was.
Can we count the chocolate sprinkles, chocolate remix there from the television commercial? Or can you see they're still getting work after their one hit?
The only thing, if you really want to get technical about it, I think all those 95 South artists were kind of related. So all that Miami bass stuff was, a lot of the same people were in the same groups, I think. I don't know that to be true, but I'm led to believe that. So like the Quad City DJs in 95 South. And
yeah, they all just seem to be all like in that ball.
Like it was almost a crew and they were interchangeable. Like the members were interchangeable and stuff. I don't know. That's just what
it just sends me down the road of jock jams and and all that stuff. All right. We're going to go Bow Wow Wow, 1982. I Want Candy.
Oh, Malcolm McLaren. Yes, there was an EP and I have the EP. I Want Candy was the hit. There were other Bow Wow Wow songs though. It was kind of a ska band.
Yeah. That stuck. They put the money in. I know they made a video and it was on Friday night videos or whatever, like every week for months and months and months. Then they just kind of went away.
There were other Bow Wow Wow songs though. There were.
There's a couple more.
Okay.
Top of my head, I can't think of it.
Well, okay, fine. I'll Google it.
Give it a Google. Give us a number.
Do you want to hold me? Do you want to hold me?
Yes.
Feeling right. I'm thinking.
Yes, that's
the other one. I don't know how far that went though.
Do you want to hold? Well, it was a single. I was trying to think if there was anything that did anything else. But yeah, I think you're. Yeah. They were kind of like I don't know how I want to say it. They weren't underground. Like they were underground, but they came out for that song and then went back underground almost. If that makes any sense to you.
It does.
Yeah.
So they were kind of like, maybe hanging out with, acts like Talking Heads and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the Adamant vibe. It's kind of like that whole
Very adamant.
you know,
Very adamant. Yes.
it's that pocket of British rebels.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. So that's the first one we actually came up with something else. So good job, team. Hey, Eric
Gets a point.
Eric gets a point. All right. Next up, we've got Eddie Grant, 1983 with Electric Avenue.
Romancing the Stone. He had that.
I've got that.
I don't want to dance. I don't want to dance still.
Want to dance with you, baby, no more. That's another great one, and that was right around the same time too.
I want to dance.
Romancing the Stone got considerable airplay on the video channels.
I was so sad. That record made me so sad because I bought the full album on that, hoping it was going to be one of those hit after hit after hits, and it went nowhere. It's sitting sadly on my shelf.
Was it Weird Al Yankovic who did the parody? I'm not answering the phone.
It sounds very Weird Al.
Yeah.
I actually liked I Don't Want to Dance. I thought that was going to go further, but it didn't. But, you know, I thought it was
like swing.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea what his success was, over in his home country, but which I believe was England, not Jamaica.
I got it.
Yeah, he was really fell into Jamaica hard though.
Well, the West Indies people lived, it's a colony thing. So, but I'm pretty confident he was a British guy.
Yeah. The Romance on the Stone cover is like him silhouetted on an island or something with the palm tree. And I'm like, oh, that must be like Haiti or something. I don't know. Somewhere where they have palm trees. We don't have those in Boston. The plastic ones. All right. Moving down the list. We're going to go with Jane Child, 1990. The song was Don't Want to Fall in Love.
Welcome to the Real World was her other song.
Now, we've talked about this. We know that Don't Want to Fall in Love was written. Was that Prince influenced? Did he have something to do with it?
I don't think Prince had anything to do with it. Jane Child was Canadian. Her parents were classically trained musicians, and she kind of rebelled. They didn't want her to do rock and roll, but she rebelled and did that album, and that was kind of it. She's still out there. She's still doing like folk and stuff. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't think Prince had anything to do with her album. She did that herself. She was accomplished. She was fair late on it like Prince did on things too. But
yeah, there's a sound. I wasn't sure because I don't know if it's just geographically. It's got that Minneapolis vibe.
She's from, I think, maybe Toronto, and that album
that's definitely not.
Done, I think that album was done in New York. I think it was done in New York. She came to the U.S. to do it.
Oh. That was one I bought on a 45. I never got the whole record.
Yeah, Welcome to the Real World was her other song. And the thing about that is the 12-inch version of Don't Want to Fall in Love, I don't like the version of it. I prefer the album version of it. And I love that song. Which is always kind of in my mind how we left the 80s. Like the decade of the 80s, that was the song we were playing when we left. And I know what, in my mind, that's what I was thinking. Like we started with Celebration by Kool and the Gang and we left with Jane Child, Don't Want to Fall in Love. In my brain.
All right. It's a good way to wrap a decade.
Yeah.
If those are the bookends, right? If it falls between those, I got
it changed that much, over the course of, or maybe we came in with like Rupert Holmes' Hymn or something and we left with Jane Child, Don't Want to Fall in Love. But it was a difference in sound.
It was a very different world when we left.
Yeah, it was very different.
All right, I don't want to play with Brian anymore. The guy's a musical genius.
No, I'm not.
No, you're all savants in your own respect, but
I'm not. There's people who run circles around me on this stuff. I'm just doing my best.
Oh, Jay?
Jay doesn't know nothing. The only thing Jay knows is like stuff by like bands like Poison and
Cinderella.
Yeah, he's in the hair band stuff. He does really well with everything else.
Aerosmith.
He doesn't put it out in front of Eagles.
Yeah, right.
What's the band? Eagles? Like not the Eagles? No, that. All right. Group Aqua. The year 1997. The song is Bodyguard.
Yeah.
They did something, but I can't remember what it was.
A lot of their stuff sounds the same.
Well,
I don't know. That was that thing about the group.
I'm pretty confident that was the UK act, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, they probably had something else over there, and
like all the songs have those, the male and female back and forth vocal on the album. That same kind of bounce, kind of like Venga Boys. like the We Like to Party thing. It was just all this stuff sounded the same. So if you played Barbie Girl, it's like that's the whole record from what I remember. It was all just kind of that,
Right.
tossing it back and forth with that sound.
Right.
It was very them. But no, I don't think I really had anything else.
I was a promo only subscriber at that point, and I was getting singles, and that came in around the same time Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping came out. So
the song only DJs can immediately start singing in their head because everyone else is going tub thumping with it. It's like, I get knocked down, but I get up.
right. Who incidentally had another hit, but we'll talk about that later.
That might be on the list if they come out.
It might be, and they had that do with another hit.
I do. I don't suffer from long-term memory loss.
Right.
All right. Next artist is Young MC, 1989. They picked Bust to Move Them.
Principal's Office was his other single.
Yeah.
I didn't do much, but it was another single he did. I have the 12-inch of it.
Yeah, I don't remember playing anything else from him. That still has got some legs today, which is surprising. People
It does.
even from, what did we say it was, 89? Yeah, so that's
990, something like that. Yeah,
that's a while ago, and you know, even the young kids, even maybe the parents were playing it because people sing along. People that shouldn't know the words know the words.
right. It was fun. You know, that like kind of like Tone Loc Wild thing, and then that happened like really close together.
Sure, that's yeah. Here's another one. I think he's going to come up on the list.
And they're wrong because he had multiple hits.
Yeah, he had a lot of hits. He was very good with that. All right, Desiree, DES apostrophe R
Gotta Be.
1995.
Gotta Be.
You Gotta Be is the song.
I don't know anything else Desiree
Do you
did.
have anything else that you liked from her?
I can't think of anything else Desiree did.
That's a very smooth one. I actually still use that. That's in my cocktail crate. That's got a nice kind of vibe and groove to it. If anyone is looking for something that they don't normally play that they want to add to their collection,
It is a nice song. I always thought Anheuser-Busch should have used it in a commercial. Instead of Be Wiser, they should have said Budweiser. Cool. You gotta be Budweiser.
Oh, sure. One of the big bucks.
I always heard Budweiser when I heard that song. Be Wiser. Just it's too close to Budweiser. My head was back then.
When you said Desiree, I immediately thought of Neil Diamond, so I'm way off.
No. No, I don't know.
I can't keep it in.
Who the hell was she like? There was another artist that was kind of like her, who did Gabrielle. Dreams was kind of the same vibe.
Smooth as soulful R&B singers like Sade.
You know what I was talking about?
Ordinary Love.
Gabrielle? Do you know what I'm talking about? Dreams can come true. No, you got to have them. It was almost
Like I got that
yeah, it was the same vibe.
same vibe.
I was kind of thinking Tapao. I don't know why.
Heart and Soul.
Yeah.
I don't think it was much earlier, but yeah, I'd give it a list. It's a good song.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely all smooth, kind of chill grooves on all of those.
For sure.
So, about Brian, you probably have a few on this one. The group is Men Without Hats.
Okay.
1983.
Yeah.
We're doing the safety dance.
There was also Pop Goes the World off their next album. Above and beyond that, I don't know. But Pop Goes the World off of I don't know if it was the next album or the album after that, did get quite a bit of play on the video channels. Did I play it? No, but it exists.
Gotcha.
It's kind of an interesting little song. If you don't know it, check it out. It's an interesting little song.
I can remember Bone. Yeah.
And for safety dance, that's another one that's never gone away. I thought that was going to be a flavor of the day and forgotten. Still playing it.
I loved it. I was in love with that song when I first heard it, but it didn't it was competing with so many things at the time. I mean, that's like when Stevie Nicks' The Stand Back came out and all the ZZ Top Eliminator stuff was going on. The Police Synchronicity stuff was going on. And the Prince 1999 stuff was going on. And
oh yeah, we were busy.
Yeah, Genesis self-titled with a lot happening. So it didn't stand a chance. But as far as my 25-year-old daughter's concerned, we just listened to Safety Dance for 10 years in the 80s because it's the best song ever.
Yeah. I still get requests for that song. I don't know why. I mean, it's just,
I do because it's awesome.
yeah, I mean, it's a great song, but it's like these young kids. No, they weren't nowhere. Their parents weren't even born yet. So, you know.
Does anyone know what the song is about?
just the bounce factor to it? You think it's just that happy,
It's just
go lucky?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's about? It's about slam. It's about bouncers at punk clubs telling kids that they can't slam dance.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. They wrote it because, yeah, you got to dance safely, the safety dance.
Okay.
Yeah. In Toronto, the punk clubs, the bouncers would yell at people for, pogoing or slam dancing at punk clubs. So that's where the song came from. You got to do the safety.
Yeah, they certainly didn't shine through in the video. They're out dancing in some Irish village.
It's the happiest song in the world. Yeah.
And if the bouncer yells at me, he's no friend of mine.
It's infectious. I just love that track. Love it. Love it.
Good song. Great song.
lot of good energy. And I've probably got hundreds of plays on that too. That's just something that's just
Now,
in a way.
if anybody in here was from, say, Toronto, they could probably rattle off more Mid Without Hat songs because I think they had more hits up there.
I'm hoping we get a little further down. We'll see some artists that are English and be like, oh, in the UK, they were huge. Here we got like,
Right.
one.
Yeah.
It's like,
It happened a lot.
all right, this one I've got.
I can think of one more though that I had to download for a wedding, and I think it was like something about where the boys go, or it had something to do with that. And I had to download it for a wedding a few years ago.
There's a lot of stuff that just, yeah. In their home
I
countries,
never
they-
knew it existed.
We'll ask our viewers, put them in the comments because I know you're sitting there typing in Men Without Hats on your computer. Give us the list. What do you have 15 copies of that isn't safety dance?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All you Canadians, tell us.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, everybody from Toronto. Hey,
I'm in my car anyway. I don't have a computer in front of me, but
You are a computer, Eric. You're good at this.
stop it.
and Eric and I are kind of in the same world, him being from a little bit further north of Boston, but was playing in the clubs for our almost similar age and similar geographical locations. We probably heard a lot of the same stuff because we have the same radio station. So,
Yeah.
that's what we were hearing, and especially this one because the local radio stations picked up on this one.
Okay.
Domain Stewart, 1986, the listing, we don't have to take our clothes off.
Yeah.
He yelled it. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead,
It's a
Eric.
slow one. It's a slow one.
He did one. Well, no, it wasn't slow.
Other big one is The Word Is Out.
No, that would say it again, too.
Why don't you do what you do when you... Remember
Was that him?
That's Jermaine Jackson.
That's Jermaine Jackson. Yeah.
Oh, so
No, it was, what did I say it was? I just said it. Say it again. That was the other Jermaine Stewart song.
Okay, you didn't get Word Is Out your way?
No. Say it again. I don't believe I heard you right. Say it again. Remember that one?
I don't know if I got that one.
Yeah, say it again. That was the other Jermaine Stewart
All
song.
right, we'll have a little swappy after the meeting here.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit of each of those. Maybe somebody put a pin in that. Put it in the parking lot.
Yeah. I got my Jermaines mixed up. I'm sorry.
So it happens. I get my Jermaines mixed up all the time. Sometimes I have to go to the doctor. Get it taken care of there. And get on,
All right.
do it yourself at home. It's embarrassing as a block to get my Jermaines unwrapped.
But
He'll do it.
Yeah, for coffee. Yeah, probably there's Starbucks afterward, maybe. Sorry.
no, hey, that's all right. You guys ready for another one? Here we go.
Yes.
The artist is Lou Bega, 1999, and the song was Mambo number 5.
Tricky was the other single.
You beat me to it because you told me that last night, you bastard.
Oh, yeah, because that was one song we had in our practice round.
There goes our religious sponsorship. Tricky. We did get to listen to that together. Catchy. There was another one too because he showed up on another X Mix compilation too. It's something else, but it had that same kind of mambo groove. That's just his niche.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're all gonna sound kind of like
A lot
that.
of requests for that song too.
You guys don't hear the original Mambo number 5? You guys ever hear that?
Perez Prado, yes. 1950 or 49, I think.
Yeah, Brian, you're good. Yeah, I didn't think
But try to find that in your Serato search. Everybody's out there spending $1.29 on Amazon because of you. They're like, this is an original mambo number. Okay. We're gonna get that sample. Mary Jane Girls in My House, but they don't have any information. They didn't list a year. I'm gonna guess 80,
85, 4,
5.
85, 85,
Okay,
86 on that one.
Okay. That's Rick James' pet project. Did you have anything else in the wheelhouse that you played by them other than In My House?
No, there's one more, and I can't remember what it is. Eric, what do you got?
No, I don't. I don't have anything I actually played by them.
There was
I'm sure they released another, you know.
there was something else, Mary Jane Girls, that had R&B legs. I'll Google it.
Okay. Were they always dancing, or did they do slow jams?
Pretty confident that it was always, well, you know, it all sounded like Rick James dancey stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff was coming out about the same time that, oh boy, they're listing the singles In My House. Oh, All Night Long. That was the other Mary Jane Girls.
Oh, night. Okay, that one. Yep.
Yes.
That was a good job.
Candyman.
I don't remember Candyman or Walk Like a Man, but I remember All Night Long. That was the other Mary Jane Girls song. And that was off the previous album, I believe. And that got sampled by LL Cool J on Round the Way Girl.
But actually, In My House was released in 85, and All Night Long was 83. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're all different albums.
Yeah.
All Night Long was earlier.
I remember In My House. Yeah, that's right. I got all Night Long, and then In My House, and then Cold Blooded, the Rick James single dropped up, and was comparing notes and artists. I was kind of like, oh, there's a connection here. Not only do they sound alike, but wow, he wrote it. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. He was doing that, and Prince was doing what he was doing. They were both doing kind of the same thing.
That was huge in the club back in the day, In My House. Yeah. It was big. I don't know.
It was a good groove and a great video.
Yeah.
I know All Night Long, but for some reason in my brain, I wasn't thinking it was Mary Jane Girls. I don't know why. I guess I know it was, but yeah. I mean, the Tina Marie stuff and the Mary Jane Girls stuff was all Rick, you know?
Yeah.
Or, well, that era of the stuff is all Rick. Yeah.
Tina Marie was Rick. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, stuff.
Yeah. They did Fire and Fire. They sang together, right? Yeah.
Lover Girl and all that stuff was Rick.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I don't think he was doing I Need Your Lovin', but he might have, though. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. That's my favorite Tina Marie song.
Yeah. That's a little different vibe than something Rick James would write, I think.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. It's well done. What else you got?
Let's try Timbuk 1986.
Oh.
That feature's just so bright. I gotta wear shades.
I got
I
nothing.
think that was it.
I think they peaked. I think that's what I was
One and done.
One and done. Hit him out. Hit him strong. Hit him hard. That's it. Let's do Hadaway 1993. What is love?
Oh, what was his other song? There was a follow-up song to that.
Baby Don't Hurt.
There was another one. It has the same beat, but it was. I gotta Google it because there was another one.
All right, we need a title for this one. So, and when you see it, you're gonna be like, "That's what."
Yes. He's also German, just like Lou Bega.
Life.
Yes, you're right. Life was his other song. Yes. Final answer.
Final answer.
Yes.
Life.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah, good find. Just pull that out of the thin air. That's pretty good.
No.
Yeah. So Hadaway was the artist. All right, let's do Rockwell 1984. Somebody is watching me, with some help of Michael Jackson on the choruses.
I don't remember another Rockwell song.
But Michael Jackson never got credited in that either, did he? That I can remember.
He did it as a favor to Barry Gordy because Rockwell, I believe, was his son-in-law.
Really?
Yeah.
I always wondered why he never got credit. I knew that was him in it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Rockwell was married to one of Barry's daughters or something. And Michael did it as a favor because the Jacksons were still on Motown, I think. Or no, Jermaine was still on Motown. So they still talked. But yeah, it was a favor. I can't think of another Rockwell song.
Do you think anyone would have bought the song if Michael didn't sing the hook?
I think so.
Oh, Jancy's got one for us.
Well, I don't know.
Peeping Tom in Mexico. Peeping Tom was a jam. Of course, in Mexico it was.
In Mexico only.
Yeah.
Mexican pressing to the turntables go the opposite direction.
JC is off camera and off mic, but he is a very, very good musicologist. So he's going to jump in once in a while. I'll keep an eye on the chat for him.
Yeah, because he'll know with the record store connection down there. All right, we've got Tom Tom Club, 1982, Genius of Love.
Wordy Rapping Hood.
Wordy Rapping Hood was the first thing I heard.
And then the other one I can think of is Man with the Four-Way Hips, which didn't do much, but it was the single off like the third album. But yeah, the first album. Oh, Wordy Rapping Hood.
Pleasure of Love. That was a semi-hit, I think.
I don't remember that one.
If you heard it, you
remember it.
Probably. Well, a lot of the stuff got R&B radio play. I mean, Tom Tom Club was all over R&B radio.
I remember Pleasure of Love by them. Yeah.
Okay. But Wordy Rapping Hood was a major single.
That was big, right? There was 12-inch. I think there was a music video to it also, right?
I don't know. I have the 12-inch of that. So.
I don't know a little bit of that one.
I do not have the 12-inch of Genius of Love, but I have the 12-inch of Wordy Rapping Hood. I have 2 copies of the album.
Genius of Love, for those playing at home, heavily sampled. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five had it's Matt Steen, Mariah Carey took that hook for a song.
Lotto
is
now using it.
So that's another little groove. It's never gone away. So if you know the original, you'll blow people's minds.
What's her name? Tina Weymouth? What's her name? Tina Weymouth? Weymouth, yeah, Talking Heads. Yeah, that's her funky bass line. That Talking Heads spinoff group, Tom Tom Club. They got really high in Jamaica and did albums.
JC adds Pleasure of Love to the Tom Tom Club list.
Pleasure of Love is the one that Eric was talking about. Yeah.
That's that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. We made it halfway through. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. We're right in the middle.
Yeah, we can run another 10, 15 on this.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Spandau Ballet, 1983. Song was True.
In England, the other big one was called Gold.
Gold. Because I would joke that they can only write songs with 4 letters in the title.
And there was another one, something chant, I can't keep this pressure on, that was big over there too.
Only when you leave.
They had a lot of hits over in England.
I mean, that's one of those ones that you'd really have to listen to their greatest hits, and you may
never have a greatest hits.
Yeah,
I think I have the record back here. I've got the CD as well.
By definitions, through the barricades.
Yeah.
What's the damn barricades chant song?
Well, by definition, if they have a greatest hits record, they've got more than one hit.
Usually, usually,
unless they're really stretching it.
But then goofballs like the Proclaimers release greatest hits when they have no business doing so because they didn't hit anywhere.
How'd you know they were next?
Oh, were they next?
They're actually here. Yeah.
Yeah, I got right on that.
Okay. Proclaimers with 500 miles in 1989.
Yeah.
When I wake up, you know I'm going to be on.
What was that on? Was that on Parade?
The requested song.
Oh, yeah. You're trying to find...
I'm trying to find
Al Ballet.
I'm trying to find the big hits here.
Okay.
And they're just showing me discography, but they're not showing me hits.
Oh, cool.
Spandau Ballet. Chant number 1, I Don't Need This Pressure On. It's a very big Spandau Ballet song, as is Gold, in their home country.
Mm-hmm. How long did they go through? If this was 83, I think True was the first song I heard from them.
81 is when they started.
Oh, before. So
yeah.
That's an older song?
Chant is older than True, yeah.
What about Muscle Bound?
I don't know. Probably.
What about it?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, because that's probably on the greatest hits.
Stuff now.
All right. Okay, so we'll move on to the next here. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, 1985. Relax.
Two Tribes was the other one.
Two Tribes.
I got nothing else.
Two Tribes Go to War. Nothing else was charting here?
Not that I remember.
Yeah. Again, that was a very thick period of music, and there was a lot going on. So
Yeah.
Again, that's one of those ones. If you live across the pond, to our viewers in the UK, sorry, you probably know that there's 10 other.
There was a lot of stuff off of Welcome to the Pleasure Dome that did well over there, but they banned Relax over there because they actually were sophisticated enough to understand what that song was really talking about.
They treat the
Stupid over here.
out.
They're British. It doesn't mean that. Yeah, it does. It does.
They banned the song and the video too, right?
You want to see something funny? Watch a YouTube reaction video to, like, you know, some Gen Z person listening to that song for the first time when they hear the lyrics. And if the music video is on, it's even more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think we talked about these guys briefly last night, but I don't think we came up with a second song. Big Country, 1983, In a Big Country.
Not here, there, yes, but not here.
So this is, of course, VH1 is USA, right? So we're not going to be able to see everything.
They had more songs, yes. I just don't know what they were off the top of my head.
This would be a group I would think that you'd be into, Brian. Modern English, 1984, I Melt With You.
I got nothing else on that.
Stop the world now.
And the truth of the matter is, that was never my jam. I don't know why. A lot of people really like it, but I never liked it.
If you're into like The Cure and the Smiths and like all that kind of new wavy, no,
right? It was the same vein of all that. Excuse me, but I never dug it. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. It had all the elements, but it just didn't grab me. But no, I got nothing else. Do
you like songs like Friday I'm in Love from Cure? Like, is that like a?
That's fine. Yeah, Love Song is good.
Same kind of thing.
The weird thing about The Cure is if you listen to like older Cure songs, like almost every other older Cure song, not all of them, like Let's Go to Bed is a really cool early Cure song, but a lot of the early Cure songs sound like demos to Just Like Heaven. Like they did the same song over and over again a lot.
Like one music and all different lyrics to the same bit of music over and over.
Yeah, kind of like AC/DC on a lot of their, not everything, but a lot of their stuff.
At least AC/DC moves its three chords around every now.
Yeah,
they're not in the same order.
Right. Not everything is like that though. Some of the early Cure stuff is really interesting and it's stand out, but other stuff that they do, it's like, okay, and then you finally did Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me and got it right and had a hit with it. Well, good for you. It only took you 8 tries.
Yeah,
with the same song.
With the same song, just finally find a set of words that got right. Radio.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true. Gospel truth you speak. All right, we've got EMF 1991. Unbelievable.
International Bright Young Thing was their other song.
I don't know if we got that one.
And Real was another one. They had those two. International Bright.
You know them, or that you were actually playing? You were actually dropping
Real. Yes, I played both of those. I was playing both of those at the time. Unbelievable, and then International Bright Young Thing, and then I think Real was the last one that came out. Real did very well. I have that on 12-inch. I might even have International Bright Young Thing on 12-inch. But yeah,
they did I'm a Believer too.
No. EMF?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm a Believer. YouTube it.
By EMF?
Yeah.
Huh. They're doing a cover like the Monkees and Neil Diamond. That I'm a Believer. Smash Mouth. That.
Yeah, listen to it.
Okay. Well, that's the one for the parking lot. We'll say that. Yeah.
You remember that movie, Free Jack with Mick Jagger and Emilio Estevez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoying working in the theaters.
And the club scene, they either played Real or International Bright Young Thing. They played one or the other. I think it might have been Real. Or maybe it was International Bright Young Thing. I don't remember. Anyway, they were good songs that were also on that Schubert. I think it was the album was Schubert Dip. And those were really good songs off of it. Remembering these things because we'd actually buy these albums and try to get as much traction as we could out of them.
And those hoping for our song the hit, hoping.
Yeah.
Please, something else hit.
They did well in that regard.
Oh, very good. All right. Next up. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock.
It takes
88. It takes two.
Okay, where do I start?
I've got others. I'm sure you get others.
I have others.
Joy and Pain.
Get on the Dance Floor was my jam. That's why I bought the
That
album.
was a good one.
That was
It was amazing. Frankie Beverly
Still
cover.
those
That
are
worked. And then well, it was kind of in that acid house thing, right? That was because I played that a few times. That's
yeah.
and in between like Maurice and
Yeah.
you know,
No, but not a one-hit wonder. Not a one-hit wonder.
that's not a one hit wonder.
No.
They didn't dig deep enough.
One album
That's-
wonder.
Yeah, get the one album. That's 28. So we're nearing the top 20 here, which is
Okay.
which is good. That's
Okay.
going to be. Kaja Gugu, 1983. The song is Too Shy. Now we could break off and say Lamal. We could say Lamal is its own thing too. With Never Ending Story.
No, there was an instrumental that did really well, and it was the intro to the movie 16 Candles, maybe. And I think it was called instrumental. And it was like a popular song because of the movie.
Yeah, movie.
But it was called instrumental. I think it was called instrumental. Does that make sense? Let me Google that. Make sure I'm not insane.
That's a great name to call an instrumental song. Makes it real easy to find. I like it for an instrumental song called instrumental. Yeah,
I think it's Hang On Now.
I think it's called instrumental. It is. It's called instrumental.
I think this group only did one record because then they got into some difficulties and everybody went their solo ways. And that's what.
Well, that was a Nick, you know whose project that was.
Who was that?
Kaja Gugu. That was Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran.
okay.
There's 1 degree of separation just right there.
Right there. Yeah.
He was in it, or he produced, or what?
No, he like produced and arranged.
That's like two different worlds, right? I mean,
God, yeah.
They were pretty similar. You know, Manchester stuff or Manchester stuff or what? Or not Manchester. I'm going to say Birmingham. They all kind of knew each other and they were doing well. And he just did some work on that album.
interesting.
Very interesting. So there's enough others to say that they're more than just a one hit, for sure.
Probably one hit, but instrumental. And it sounds so stupid, but Google it. But it's not. It sounds like the movie that would be in a John Hughes film. But I think it's the intro. I think it's 16 Candles. Maybe is the intro song for that. I believe it is.
Around that, like, or Breakfast Club or one of them.
I don't. Well, that was definitely Simple Minds.
Yeah, that was.
But I think it might have been 16 Candles that instrumental was, or maybe it was Ferris Bueller. I don't remember. Might have been Ferris Bueller, the intro song. It's Kaja Gugu instrumental. We'll look it up after the show. I don't think I'm insane on this. I don't think I'm insane.
All right. Brian's not insane. Someone rate that.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
He's got brain damage, but I don't know about insanity. So
No,
I have.
We're all collectively. You guys are all doing really good pulling stuff from here and there because these are.
How many do you have left?
We're looking at the top 20.
I have a proposition.
Okay.
If you're up for it,
What
the
you
end of this broadcast, and then we'll make another one, part 2, right after this. And I'll give John something to host. So we can call this part 1, and then we can do another one, part 2. So I can stop this video, and then we can come back next week with the magic of YouTube. Give you the other list. What do you say?
tuning in
For it?
Yeah.
I think they're going to want to see the top 20 and see it.
They're going to want to see the top 20, but we're out of time on this one. So come back next week or tomorrow, or maybe we're going to come live in a minute with this. I'm not sure, but stay tuned for the top 20 part 2.
Before you put a fork in it, it was 16 Candles, Brian.
It was 16 Candles. Okay, I'm on.
All right.
Thanks.
It's awarded.
I have brain damage, but it's not that bad.
Okay. Good job, sir. Good job.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.